You did it. You hit your first $100,000. All the hard work, the saving, the sacrifices, it all paid off. You've got a six-figure number sitting in your account, a milestone most people only dream of. And now you're probably thinking, how do I turn this into a million? You're ready to go on the offensive and put this money to work. But what if I told you the single biggest mistake people in your exact spot make is going on the attack too soon? What if that itch to finally get ahead could actually drain your new wealth? This isn't about being negative, it's about being smart. The road from 100K to a million is littered with the financial wreckage of people who celebrated this milestone by immediately trying to conquer the world. They went on offense, when what they really needed was a rock-solid defense. In this video, we're going to break down that mistake and cover the simple three-step defensive plan you need to run before you even think about aggressive investing. This is the unsexy but critical stuff that separates those who build life-changing wealth from those who get stuck at six figures for years, wondering where it all went wrong. Number 1. The big mistake revealed: attacking without a foundation. So what is this big, costly mistake? It's treating that $100,000 purely as an offensive weapon. After years of saving, you finally have a real chunk of capital, and every part of you is screaming to make it grow, fast. The high of hitting that milestone makes you want to skip the boring stuff and jump right into making money. But for many people, that $100,000 is sitting right next to a ticking time bomb: high-interest debt. The common mistake is rushing to invest while still carrying debt with an interest rate of 7% or higher. Let's play this out. Say you put your $100,000 in an S&P 500 index fund. Let's be optimistic and say the market returns 10% in a great year. Your $100,000 is now $110,000. You made 10K. It feels amazing. But wait. You also have a $20,000 credit card balance with a 22% interest rate. While your investment was making you $10,000, that debt cost you $4,400 in interest over that same year. So your net gain wasn't $10,000, it was $5,600, and that's before taxes. More importantly, your 10% investment return was a gamble, while the 22% loss on your debt was a mathematical certainty. You're playing a losing game. It's like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. Investing while carrying high-interest debt is prioritizing the potential for gains over the certainty of losses. Before you can go on offense, you have to build a financial fortress, and that starts with wiping out the enemies already inside. Number 2. Your three-step defensive plan. Step 1. Eliminate high-interest enemies. Your first defensive move is to destroy any high-interest debt. Think of this as an enemy inside your camp, sabotaging everything you do. Any debt with an interest rate of 7% or more should be your number one target. This usually means credit card debt, personal loans, or some private student loans. Why? Because paying off a debt with a 22% interest rate is the same as earning a guaranteed, risk-free, tax-free 22% return on your money. You literally cannot find that kind of guaranteed return anywhere. It's the single best financial move you can make. So, how do you do it? You use a chunk of your $100,000. There are two main strategies: the debt avalanche and the debt snowball. The debt avalanche is the most efficient method mathematically. You list your debts from the highest interest rate to the lowest. You make minimum payments on everything, then you throw every extra dollar you can, a big piece of your 100K, at the debt with the highest interest rate. Once that debt is gone, you avalanche all the money you were paying on it onto the debt with the next highest rate, repeating until the debt is gone. This method saves you the most money in interest. The second method is the debt snowball. With this strategy, you list your debts from the smallest balance to the largest, ignoring interest rates. You focus all your energy on paying off the smallest debt first. Once it's gone, you get a quick psychological win. You then take that payment and snowball it, adding it to your payment for the next smallest debt. Mathematically, the snowball is usually less efficient, but its power is psychology. Wiping out a small account gives you a hit of motivation that keeps you going. Which should you choose? If you're motivated by efficiency, use the debt avalanche. If you need early wins to stay motivated, the debt snowball is a powerful strategy. The best plan is the one you'll actually stick with. Number 3. Your 3-step defensive plan. Step 2. Fortify your defenses. Once the high-interest debts are gone, your next mission is to build your emergency fund. This is the one thing that will prevent you from ever falling back into debt. Many people skip this, seeing it as dead money. This is a huge mistake. Your emergency fund isn't an investment, it's insurance. It's a financial moat protecting your investments and your sanity. A sudden layoff, a medical bill, a major car repair. Without an emergency fund, these events force you to sell investments at the worst time or swipe a credit card, starting the debt cycle all over again. So how big should this fortress be? The rule of thumb is 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses, not your income, but your bare-bones survival costs, housing, utilities, food, transportation, and insurance. If your essential monthly bills are $4,000, you need $12,000 to $24,000. If your job is less stable, consider pushing that to 9 months. Where do you keep this cash? Not in your checking account, and definitely not in the stock market. You need to put it in a high-yield savings account, HYSA. HYSAs offer much higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts, while being totally liquid and FDIC insured. This lets your fund at least try to keep up with inflation. It's also critical to keep this account separate from your daily checking. This creates a psychological barrier. This isn't money for a weekend trip, it's for emergencies only. Automate transfers into this account until it's full and then don't touch it. Number 4. Your 3-step defensive plan. Step 3. Deploy your money wisely. Now for the part you've been waiting for. With your debts gone and your fortress secure, it's finally time to invest. Whatever's left over from your $100,000 after the first 2 steps is your first battalion. But here's where another mistake can creep in: overcomplication. Many new investors want to become the next Warren Buffett, hunting for that one stock that's going to triple overnight. This is a gambler's mindset. A 50% loss requires a 100% gain just to get back to even. Your goal isn't to be a hero, it's to build wealth systematically. For most of us, this means investing in low-cost, broadly diversified index funds, or ETFs. An S&P 500 index fund gives you a small piece of 500 of the biggest U.S. companies. You're no longer betting on a single horse, you're betting on the long-term growth of the economy. And history has shown that's a pretty good bet. Match your plan to your goals and timeline. Long-term goals, 5+ years, this is for retirement. Most of this money can be in stock market index funds, where you have time to ride out market swings. Short-term goals, 1 to 5 years, this is for a down payment or a new car. This money should not be in stocks. Keep it safe in your HYSA, CDs, or I-bonds, where it won't drop right when you need it. To get started, open an account with a low-cost provider like Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. Then set up automatic recurring investments. This is called dollar-cost averaging, and it takes emotion out of the game. And don't forget tax-advantaged accounts. Before using a regular brokerage account, max out your 401k, especially for an employer match, that's free money, and a Roth IRA, where your money can grow completely tax-free for retirement. Number 5. The silent wealth killer, lifestyle inflation. There's one last enemy to watch for: lifestyle inflation. As your income grows and you hit milestones like 100K, it's tempting to upgrade your life. The nicer apartment, the more expensive car, the daily fancy coffees. Individually, these seem harmless, but together they can smother your ability to build wealth. This is how people get stuck. Their income goes up, but their savings rate stays flat. They're just working harder to run on a more expensive treadmill. The fix is conscious spending. It's not about being cheap, it's about being intentional. Set a savings and investment rate, say 20% of your income, and automate that transfer the day you get paid. Then you can spend the rest guilt-free. Cut costs on things you don't care about so you have more for the things you do. Keep driving the reliable old car so you can take that dream trip. The moment you hit $100,000 is when you have to be the most disciplined. The goal isn't just to save $100,000, it's to build the habits that let you save the next $100,000 much faster. You reached $100,000. Take a moment and be proud of that. It is a huge deal. But understand, this isn't the finish line. It's the starting line for the next phase. The common mistake is to see that money as a green light for a risky offense, but the people who successfully build wealth from here know the first $100,000 is a defensive tool. It's the capital you use to build an unbreakable financial foundation. By following this three-step defensive plan, killing high-interest debt, building an emergency fund, and investing simply, you set yourself up for long-term success. The real power of this first 100K isn't just its potential to grow, it's the breathing room it buys you. It's the freedom to leave a job you hate, to take a smart career risk, or handle a crisis without panicking. It gives you options. You've done the hard work to get here. Now do the smart work. Build your defense first, secure your foundation, and then go build your empire.